Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. The Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. The most precious thing now on the earth, amidst the scriptures from ancient Vedic times to the present times. The same one thought of divine, to reach it by human, by some efforts, and the efforts we put is very little compared to the results we get back. An iota, a smallest thing that we can think of to give and own the whole universe and the beyond. The transcendence of all difficulties, problems, sufferings forever, entering the realm of the transcendental, entering the realm of God. Sri Ramakrishna has brought us to our heart. The same thing is flowing in different, slightly different ways according to needs of the time and needs of the people. The eternal principles for constantly changing society, for constantly changing humanity. Humanity flows with new and new trends according to the times. Now, a few centuries behind was what was the state of human existence is no more that. Now it has changed drastically and it is going to change drastically. But the whole in and through there is a limitation. How much human mind and intellect can expand has a limitation. How much our bodily existence can expand, there is a limitation. Maximum. When the child is growing, if the child goes on growing, in 100 years, how much he must grow at the time of death. But when it comes to the optimum level of growth, it ceases to grow. Then there is again decline. The cycle is there, it's cyclic order, it goes on, everything. Similarly, human intellect also can grow to a certain extent. Then the maximum growth makes him destroy himself in a great range and then come back to a state of again something like Stone Age. From the highly evolved state, when the nature turns back the table, it starts declining and coming. Again the oscillation continues to the highest and to the lowest. Now we are in the phase which is expansion of intellect. And next is the destruction of intellect. Then again it disappears and again appears from the Stone Age onwards, if at all this is the will of divine and plan of nature. So this cycle has to come, complete and start moving. Here we see now the present situation of our existence, in the most materialistic tendencies, human tendencies, the pattern, the trend is moving towards possession of wealth and physical enjoyments, taking most predominant phase. It was about 8:30 when the evening worship began in the prayer hall. Soon the moon rose in the autumn sky and flooded the trees and creepers of the garden with its light. Yesterday we have read this, but how it transforms or transports our mind and heart to a different realm of it. It is something like walking back into the past. To land there when Sri Ramakrishna was there and the same thing was happening. From there we walk forth. The thing is, it is something like we do the Rishyadinyasa in chanting, doing some scriptural chantings like Durga Saptashati, Vishnu Sahasranama and all. We do the Rishyadinyasa. The nyasas, that is removing what I am now and replacing it by what I should be in a particular state. Now suppose I want to sing a song written by Mira's creation, a song. Now when I want to sing, I must have the same moods, same way of my state of my heart, my mind, everything, so that I get the same result. To get a particular result, I have to go to the state in which it was sung by Mira. Then I too will get the same vision of Krishna which she got when she sang. Same condition of my mind, same condition of my senses, body, same condition of my heart. Then I must get the same result. Just like in science and technology, a particular experiment is done by one person, it can be known or it can be done, anybody can repeat it and get the same result. Same thing applies to in the spiritual world also. Whatever the spiritualists of those time have done, I have to be in the same condition, do the same thing again, then I will get the same result. How did they perform the Karma Yoga? How did they perform the Jnana Yoga? How did they perform the Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga? Any yoga, how did they perform? In the same pattern, in the same awareness. If I do, I must get the same result. This is the assurance of scriptures. Do this, you will get this. It is mandatory, and if you do it well, and the result is assured. So, because we have a human existence, human body, nature has provided everything intact, and the variations in our bodily and mental conditions are just to suit the atmosphere in which I am growing now. My conditions is atmospheric condition. Now, when summer comes, immediately I start sweating. When winter comes, I immediately start shivering. The sweating is to cool down, the shivering is to warm up. Body warms up. We cannot question why it is there. I should not get shivering, I should not get sweating. No. Because heat is outside, nature is compensating it. If a man is hit or a shock comes to him physically hit in accidents or something like that, or a blow comes from somewhere, he falls flat and he is unconscious. The consciousness is removed by nature, he becomes unconscious. That is the nature's plan because he cannot bear the pain. When the pain goes beyond limits, he is made to feel unconscious. Just like doctor makes a person unconscious and cuts him off in surgery and all. Nature does the reverse also. If pain is unbearable, she makes him unconscious. So becoming unconscious is a nature's life protecting process. It is a defense mechanism. Every level we have the defense mechanism to sustain life. I have to live. I have to, for the purpose of nature has to be satisfied, whether it is an ant or a human. It has to be. So, preservation of the life is nature's responsibility. So, when things go beyond, she brings it back, and all that mechanism required to sustain life under different conditions are provided by nature in the same bodily existence. So, whatever happens, ultimately, every jiva is moving towards the source, towards the ultimate, absolute bliss, peace, love, absolute. We are all moving towards the Satchidananda. Maybe there is a little digression, there may be a little deviation, and we all go. There may be some few lives I may have to spend somewhere because of what I have acquired in my life, but we all ultimately reach the same from source where the jivas came, it go back. That is the plan of nature, and nature sees that it is done. Her work, nobody can stop, and nobody can interfere also. The person who is moving, that very person alone is responsible for delay or actualizing or increasing the speed of his motion. He can go faster, he can retard by doing some karmas, good or bad, then it retards. Doesn't acquire any new karma, going on exhausting the past karma and utilizing time and energy for a further evolution, then there is no problem. He will be faster. As the nature keeps, I will live, and as the nature keeps, I go. It is actualization of the nature's plan. The three process. I can activate and increase my speed, I can retard my speed, I can go in the same speed as the nature takes me. So this here we see we are being carried to the past when this thing happened to get the same feelings what they got. Soon the moon rose in the autumn sky. Autumn sky is extremely clear, bluish sky without a patch of cloud, and flooded the trees and creepers of the garden with its light. After prayer, the devotees began to sing. This is Sri Ramakrishna's most favorite way and the only possible way to transport man from one state of existence, one state of mind, one state of bhavana to another state just by one principle, singing. Singing is the only way that momentary transportation is possible of the man's mind from the lowest state to the highest state. So, the tradition of bhajans has come in Ramakrishna tradition, and it is a reflection or a continuation of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's state of mind and heart, how he used to dance in ecstasy, uttering the names of God. So, completely forgetful of Sri Ramakrishna says, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to become conscious, he would peacefully sing the kirtans. When he is becoming intoxicated with love, when his bhavanas are roused, then you see him singing and dancing. And when he is completely lost in God, you see him entering into deep samadhi, where there is no motion or movement at all. So this we see in Sri Ramakrishna also, the same. And this, in dancing, the inner joy is poured out. Just like it is exactly like man getting angry. When he is getting angry, you see his face cut is changing, his eyes are changing, his voice is changing, the way in which he expresses is changing. When the anger starts increasing, beyond the level, he starts throwing away the vessels and this and that. You can see how it reacts at the bodily level. That is the pouring out the what is inside. The anger cannot be contained within, and it becomes to the bodily level of throwing things and becoming wild. Like that, in excessive joy, excessive bliss within, as the bliss goes on increasing, start singing, suddenly standing up and singing with hands raised, then starts dancing. It is excessive dance which makes the jiva, excessive love, excessive devotion, and this bliss makes the dance. Dance creates a bliss, bliss creates a dance. So it is not only at individual level, the same thing happens at the cosmic and the beyond. In the absolute existence, it is bliss and bliss alone. Bliss enveloped in bliss, filled with bliss. Ananda. It is Ananda Sagara. In Satchidananda Sagara, there are waves come. How do these waves come? Because of the excessive flow of joy. The ocean is brimming with bliss, filled with bliss, it is brimming with bliss. Then, unable to bear the bliss, it starts projecting out universes. The creation of universe, the universe is created by excessive bliss in the ocean of bliss absolute. Similarly, here unable to bear, it dances. After the prayer, the devotees began to sing. This is the Sri Ramakrishna loud singing and hearing to sing. Devotees picked it up. They want to see Sri Ramakrishna now and then entering into transcendental. See, mother, when the child is in good moods, she wants the child to express the inner joy and see and watch, because she cannot enter into that state. She cannot become a small child again and dance. So she makes the child, encourages, makes him somehow dance. She will ask, "Did you see the monkey in the zoo?" He says, "Yes, yes." "How was it dancing?" He starts dancing and showing. Did you see the peacock that day? How was it dancing? Yeah. So these devotees start singing, and it makes Sri Ramakrishna filled with joy. Now, the moment this in the mind of the jiva, in the mind of devotees, this thought comes, let us enjoy the joy of the beyond. You see, when two friends join, they will say, shall we have a cup of coffee? Oh, next door there is a hotel. They go there and they will see what is there fresh apart from coffee and they will start ordering. Now, how they two join and they want to share, make the joy possible as much as possible. Extend it. Like that, the Bhakta and Bhagavan, when they join, they want to make each other share that joy of the transcendental realm. Just like we at the gross level, at the bodily level, we want to have something at the material level, coffee or bonda. There it is something else of the transcendental realm, is their own joy. Each man has, it's uncomparable. The materialistic joy of eating or drinking cannot be compared with the bliss of the Atman. So there are various levels of Ananda, starting from the base bodily joys, Ananda, Ashishto, Dridishto, Balishta, that is the one unit of the human, is filled with greed for enjoyment. His body mind is capable of enjoying, and whole world belongs to him. He can enjoy anything. He has the youth, he has the capacity, he is bodily fit to enjoy. And how much a person can enjoy the wealth and all enjoyments of the world, that whole enjoyment is considered one unit. And this one unit, we go on multiplying. Devananda, Karma Devananda, and this and that. Finally, it comes to the Brahaspati Ananda. Finally, it ends with the Brahmananda. Each 100 times. In Taittiriya Upanishad, he gives the example how it would be. Each expansion of Ananda, step by step. The ant also is getting the joy. Put a piece of sugar. How the ants come, how they start enjoying the enjoyment they get, the joy they get. And suppose you give some food to a cat or dog of their liking, cow, their liking, elephant, what it likes, just give. They also get the Ananda. But the Ananda got by the dog or elephant is entirely different from the quantity of joy an ant may get. But the thing is, they are full to their brim. That is the maximum Ananda that ant can get, and this is the maximum Ananda that dog can get. This is the. In human, it has ranges up to the Brahmananda. So here the singing is what is feeding. You see, when the disciples or the devotees think, oh, let us enjoy the bliss of God. I may not be able to experience the same joy Sri Ramakrishna experiences, but let him express it and we will see it and enjoy. A beggar was going by the side of a hotel. Fine masala dosa, this, that is there being done. Its smell is spreading outside. While going, he went and sat in front of the hotel outside. He doesn't have money, he's a beggar. And will anybody give them? If they beg also, they may not give. Without begging, if they sit. Another person was going inside. He saw this beggar. While coming also, that beggar was sitting there itself. He is not bothered. He is not asking anybody. Then that person asked, why are you simply sitting here? He said, I cannot eat, but I can take smell. He cannot go and ask, he is a beggar, but he can at least take the smell free. So these devotees may not be able to enter into samadhi, but they can have the smell of the samadhi when Sri Ramakrishna enters into samadhi. So they start singing. The devotees, after the prayer, the devotees began to sing. Sri Ramakrishna was dancing. See, Sri Ramakrishna was dancing, intoxicated with love of God. How it awakens, this singing, the song awakens the love in the heart of the devotee. And intoxicated with love of God, he was dancing. The Brahmo devotees danced around him to the accompaniment of drums and cymbals. See, Brahmo devotees, they want to bring about the pure Advaitic concept. And the heart doesn't accept. The pure Advaita, the joy of Bhakti Yoga, it has a different taste of. In Bhakti Yoga, every bit of human existence, body to the soul, every bit of the human existence with all faculties, they get charged with joy, as if Rom, Anand Bhogarai. Every hair on the body, every pore in the skin gets the enjoyment. The mind is filled with joy. The soul is filled with joy. The senses are filled with joy. They are enjoying at all levels, at the intellectual level. Heart is filled with joy. In case of the Advaitic experience, it is all these have become withdrawn. And the intellect is getting more and more concentrated. And all these are left behind in silence and dormancy. Body is left there. It is still. Mind is still. Senses are still. All the external layers are still. And the Atman is enjoying the Atman in Advaitic experience. In Bhakti Yoga, it is from the outermost skin, horripilation, to the innermost core. Every part is participating in the transcendental realm. Same Panchajnanendriya is getting the vision of God. God is precipitated in form. The all-pervading God has taken a form. And these people's whole existence is in that love, ecstatic love. They dance, every part is dancing. It is not only body dancing, mind is also dancing, heart is also dancing, senses are dancing. Dancing in ecstasy is different from dancing on the stage by the dancer. Dancer dancing, only body is dancing. There it is, whole being is dancing. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.